Nakaba Suzuki, you scare me. But let's see just how scared I can get with these spoilers. What's up, guys? I'm here, and here we are to do a nice little breakdown, and I'm scared. I'm just scared. Based on how last chapter ended, I'm scared. I'll be completely, like, this first page doesn't look too bad, but it's the cover page I'm looking at. Like, I'm terrified. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. There is fear coursing through my bones. Nakaba, please! Nakaba, please! Nakaba, please! Nakaba, please! Nakaba, please! I like my channel. Nakaba, please! I like my channel. Alright, we're gonna try and go in perfectly blind. Editing me, you may have a nightmare on your hands, Bucko. I won't even pretend to lie to you, pal. So, like, let's not waste any more time. Editing me. Ready. 3, 2, 1, go. What's up, guys? That guy with a pencil here. Fun fact, I do happen to have it on me and keep it on me at all times. Another fun fact, I also have clothes. And they're on me. And I will be keeping them on me pretty much at all times. So, Nakaba, why did you have to do this to me? I couldn't even show the last 3. I couldn't even show the big twist because I'm that scared, Nakaba. Nakaba, I swear, if I can't show half this chapter, I'm going to lose it. I'm going to lose it, Nakaba. And you don't want me to lose it, Nakaba. Because I ain't got much to lose. But let's see. This is a nice little cover page, though. Oh, and, that's the thing, right? I know a gargantuan amount of the drippers, they ended up getting got. So that's probably why this raw is so high quality. It's because I think it's actually the official release of the chapter. Like, straight up, it's just not translated yet. So, alright. Interesting. What is Nasian's doing? What is Nasian's cooking in this lab, real quick? What is bro? Aw. Is that Escanor's shoulder pauldron, bro? Or I'm probably reading too far into that. But that looks like Escanor's shoulder pauldron. And that looks, and once again, that's the bag with the Ouroboros on it. Which is technically a reference to Meliodas, but clearly in this context is more so a reference to Percy. I don't even think, no, Lost Fame still has it. I was about to say, I'm not even sure, like, if Meliodas is still associated with the Ouroboros in Four Knights, like he was in Seven Deadly Sins. Like, the Ouroboros was a very big part of Meliodas' character, and only in retrospect does the Ouroboros go even harder. Like, knowing Meliodas' whole story about, like, an endless cycle where he was consistently going in a circle over and over again, the circle being Elizabeth's lives, and how the whole goal of Seven Deadly Sins for the longest was to break that circle in one way or another. Like, that's the thing. I'm confident. If Nakaba was just less weird, if he was just less weird about it, so many more people would like Seven Deadly Sins. Because it has fantastic character writing, fantastic symbolism, fantastic character growth, all this good stuff, but he's just weird. For no reason. Like, I'm not sure what it, like, notably, it gets, I'll admit, I've yet to hear Four Knights talked about as much since the Jericho incident. There was a little bit of spike with the Guinevere incident, which, ironically enough, took place back to back. Like, I don't know, Nakaba was just hating on Lance for some reason in the Leonis arc. But, with that being the case, Four Knights exclusively seems to get talked about when Nakaba's doing weird things. So maybe that's it. Maybe it's just for the PR or the publicity or whatever. And I know the phrase, all publicity is good publicity, but dog! Why? Like the thing, it's not necessary. It's not, and like, Nakaba tones back on some of it sometimes. Like, Meliodas was a freak. He was. In a lot of early sins. I'm planning a retrospective. I have to, like, cut out half the stuff. Because it's not... He's a freak. But he tones down on that. Elaine is weird. I don't care. And as many people told me, Pencil, you don't believe in petite women. There's a difference between petite and what Elaine is. Alright? It's weird. King and Diane's whole relationship, it may look like one of the more normal ones, but it's still weird. Like, heck, in a way, Merlin and Escanor is kind of weird. Not fully, though. But even then, that's not even real. Like, that's something that was kind of meant to happen, but didn't end up happening because Escanor... If you couldn't tell, I'm genuinely scared of scrolling. I'm genuinely scared of scrolling from this first page. I can't waste any more time. Let's scroll. Nakaba, please. Nakaba, please. Oh, okay. Well, thing is, okay, let me not do this. Let me see. Interesting. Where is this still? I guess this is still the spring, probably. But this looks kind of like a winter wasteland or something. Let's say. Hallelujah! It came pre. Can the chapter come pre-censored? Because last chapter wasn't. The translation of last chapter was not. You have to go in and... But then again, that's the thing. That's a nightmare. Like, I was even scared of... like... Well, not spoilers, but like... When I do my live reactions for patrons and members, which you can become a patron for as low as $1 a month, and become a member for as low as $3 a month to get live reactions every single chapter I review. But when I do that, I'll do things there that I wouldn't do on the main channel because it's just for patrons and members, right? Like, I'll go either A, more in depth, B, make weirder jokes, and I know my jokes are already weird, or 3, leave stuff in that I typically wouldn't leave in. But like, I'm not even, like, I just saw something. I'm pretty sure I need to scroll for it. I need to scroll again. I don't know. And this is still, this should be legal. Should be. I am terrified. I'm so scared. But let's see, Nasians. So they're probably still just having a discussion about the whole Nasians gender thing. A lot of people are pretty much hard convinced that Nasians is a girl. I'm like, yeah, I mean, I don't. It's mostly irrelevant to me. Mainly because I know it won't mean anything in the long run. Well, actually, it's good for Nasians' story, right? Because presumably Nasians' story is one of self-acceptance. If I had to take a guess, if I had to take a long shot into the dark, Nasians' whole story is one of self-acceptance and like how you need to go through a long-standing journey to achieve that. So this is an important step in that journey to self-acceptance, especially before Percy gets back, or even when Percy gets back. But like, you can't convince me that Percy and Nasians are going to end up being a thing. You can't. I'm sorry. Anne already kissed him. It's too late. Like, it's too late. Like, at best, it's unrequited love. And I've seen people already rush to Nasians. No. At least I don't want that. I'd rather they both be single. Let's not just smack characters together because male-female. Let's not do that. Let's let them be independent. I find unrequited love even more interesting, honestly. Even then, now I think about it, unrequited love... Is it unrequited or unrequited? I say requited, but I may be requited. Unrequited? Unrequited. Whatever. Regardless, unreturned love did lead to, like, Four Knights as a whole, because Merlin's unreturned love for Meliodas ended up leading to her wanting to free Chaos. And then that's how we got into the scenario we are today. So maybe unrequited love isn't too good a thing. Like, Nasians don't free Order, the counterpart to Chaos, I guess, or whatever. But, I don't know. And once again, I'm mostly indifferent because I know it won't, like, other than for Nasian's character individually, and, like, maybe Nasian's, or maybe Don becomes even more of a freak, like, even more of a demon himself. I just generally don't really see the vision because I'm so confident that Pan is canon. Percival Anne. Or, like, I think Pan is the best name. Because I don't think, what are you going to say? Ancival? Like, I don't think so. I don't think that one works, bucko. So, Pancival? But that's like putting Anne's name in the middle. That's not necessarily fusing these names. But, like, with that being the case, I don't know. It's fun enough to cover, though. Because, like, it's been hinted at over and over and over and over. If you couldn't tell, I'm still scared. But, like, it's been hinted at over and over and over and over and over again that Nasians, it's not traditional, alright? Like, boy, open parentheses, question mark, close parentheses, boy. That's like that's the kind of boy we get. This isn't God of War, we get boy. Like this isn't that kind of boy. This is boy? So, let's see. Nasians, once again, knockable. Why? Like, and once again, the reason I'm so extra paranoid is because we just don't know how old Tiore is. Because unless we go with the septuplets theory, right? Like, a lot of people are just like, they gotta be septuplets. Because otherwise, the math isn't math. Well, technically, the math can math, right? Kind of, sort of. It's weird because of Seven Deadly Sins origin and not knowing exactly where that takes place in the timeline. If it's even... Is Seven Deadly Sins origin canon? Once again, I'll admit I'm so disconnected from the world of Seven Deadly Sins video games. Like, the only thing that would ever get me remotely interested in any of the, like, darn near, I'd say, external material that Seven Deadly Sins, despite how much I love it, produces, like, Arxis would have to make a fighting game. I'd play the life out of that fighting game. But, like, until then, I don't really care. But, so I don't know too much about Seven Deadly Sins origin. But, like, unless it's canon, then we just don't know. We don't know the ages of any of these things. I say things, that sounds so mean. But, like, we don't know the ages of any of these kids. Like, at least with Lance, Tristan, the two descendants from the other two major sin pairs, we know their ages. Even the pseudo-sin pair child, in the case of... English, please. Gawain, the pseudo-child of Escanor and Merlin. I say pseudo-child. Like, they're most likely a puppet. Like, notably, once again, I'm probably, one of these days, I may just go retroactively review those chapters, even though it's way too late, and we'll get, like, half a view. But would that being the case? And, like, Gawain's already hinted that to be, like, some sort of homunculus, some sort of puppet thing. I say homunculus because Full Metal Alchemist. Not actually, like, a homunculus in the traditional sense. But, like, some sort of weird puppet amalgamation thingamajig infused with a fragment of sunshine or, like, forcefully inject, whatever. But that aside, like, we know all their ages. They are all 16. That is confirmed explicitly. Now they have the 2-year time skip, they're all 18. That's good. I don't know the age of any of these characters. It has not been specified. Maybe it will be specified in this chapter, but I don't know. Let's see. So Mini King, he's aligned with the fairies. He actually kind of looks like Helbram now that I look at him. And there is a fairy and a giant, so he's more hybridized. Okay, so the 2 girls, the 2 daughters, they're much more giant aligned. So, okay, so that's cool, though. So giants are living in the Fairy King's forest. Alright. I was wondering, because we didn't see any of them. Like, or at least I presume this is the Fairy King's forest and not Megadozer, because, like, we just saw them. So, that's interesting. Because we haven't seen them. And notably, that's, I mean, it is a little bit weird, because, like y'all have a pseudo-realm. Get out of it. that goes into, like, territorial stuff like that. And, like, conflicts between the races, which I don't think would be too prevalent with how much chaos Camelot's already causing in terms of inter-species conflict. But, like, how do the fairies feel that there's, like, a whole group of, like, literally their most opposite species running around in there? I don't know. And then there's this thing. I still don't, like, maybe I'm just mean. I'm probably just jail. I do not like this thing. I'm calling it a thing, too. I'm not getting specific. That's a thing. It somehow takes the worst design details of both of its parents. And neither of its parents really had bad design details. That's how bad it is. I don't know what Nakabo's cooking with this one in particular. I'm fine with literally every other design. I like... Think. Oh, what I would do. Well, whatever that Winnie the Pooh line is. Think. Why is my brain... Myrtle. There we go. Like... I like every single one of them. This is a fine design. It's just a little mini king, but I'm fine with that. This seems like a callback to Hellroom. This is just Diane, but blonde. This is admittedly like an entirely original design. Like, I don't see either of her parents in her. Being completely right. Don't see. I mean, maybe like their forehead, but like other than that, I don't see any detail there. This thing's just ugly. Myrtle's fine. Tiori's fine. This is a crime against humanity. But let's see. Nonsense. What does that mean? Can they Well, I guess fairies always could transform. Huh. I guess they have the freedom to choose. But like, how much does that work? That's weird. I mean, it's neat. I mean, it's a neat way to expand the transformation ability, and it's cool that the hybrids can still do it. But then again, I guess if Lance has a better transformation ability than all fairies, I suppose it only makes sense that the other hybrids would also have good transformation abilities. Can't knock it. But this probably plays in something about Nasian's gender thing. What, can they, like... I mean, it may just be like a genuine choice thing. Like, they may be able to choose between which form they'd like to take. I'm just thinking of. Oh, okay, Nasian seems happy. Tiori seems confused. Well, there's the reveal. I don't know what that means though. What? No, I'm not gonna be able to. I'm not even comfortable showing. I'm not gonna be able to show half this darn chapter. Editing me is going to want to strangle me. Gosh, I have no like. I can see the nightmarish vision. I am concerned. What, is this revealing that Nasian is a fairy? Ball? Oh, medicine? Oh, they're talking about Myrtle and his condition? What's up with them? Oh, okay. At least they got the fairy baby back. Oh, that's sweet. And that is like a... That's weird, though. So they do grow up. I thought they were just born. Well, I guess, like, King grows up. But, like, he's the only one... But I guess it was never said they didn't have babies. Or, like... I thought they were all born from, like... I get, well, King did. So I guess fairies too have to lay pipe? I could have sworn they were all flower-born. I'm not sure if this is a retcon or if it's just more information. Like, interesting. I didn't even, for some reason, they didn't even hit me until now. But yeah, I guess they can just straight up be babies. Huh. How long did it take them to grow? Like, for what? Like, what is the limit? That's weird. I keep saying things are weird in this show, but it is. It feels weird. Interesting. Huh. This Puck. Man, Puck, you messed up, Bucko. You messed up. Okay, Merlin Puck are yapping. Oh, is he? Oh, that's neat. Oh, no. I think he's using... Yeah, that's unique to him. I thought that was his blade that he transformed, but no, this is just a unique, thorny container. Myrtle talking. Looks down at the fairy baby. Looks down at the baby, smiles. Ah, okay. I guess Myrtle is human. A lot of people are bringing up the fact that I thought maybe that thing that he was popping was meant to like keep him small, but then again, Diane was big the entire time, so presumably they're out of that. So the main thing that they have, so I guess Myrtle really is, he's just like Nosians for real. But maybe not, because Nosians doesn't have any problem. He doesn't need that med. So Myrtle, my boy, I was trying to defend you, Buck. I was trying to fight for you, bro. But you can't do this to me. Oh man. So he trained his hardest to make up for his physical disability. That's sad. I bet this is probably them saying, "Don't worry, we accept you just the way you are, lesser." But of course they didn't say that part. But like, you know what? I'm glad they're good parents. And to be fair, I wouldn't say any of the, unlike a lot of other series, I wouldn't say any of the Sins ended up being bad parents. Like, some of them are more lax than others. Like, you can tell. Bond is like, he trusts his kid a lot. Like, you can see that as early on as the Lance one shot, where he's like, man, it's a trust your jurisdiction, man. But like, for real, I'm king. There ain't no issues. I'm human. They human. You human, Buck. Like, he's much more relaxed. But you can tell Lance loves his dad. Lance is not a terrible father. Admittedly, we don't get much of Mama Elaine, but like Lance also clearly trusts Elaine and like cares about how they feel and their opinions and the connections and family. Like, Lance clearly had a healthy environment to grow up in. We see with the Cayenne kids, they also clearly had a healthy environment to grow up in. And while Tristan does have his issues, that mainly comes from his darkness side. Like, that's something that's biologically adapted to him. That wasn't Mel being a bad father. If anything, Mel was trying to help. He was trying to help Tristan control it, but Tristan just had a bad experience and then never wanted to learn how to control it. Which seems backwards, but once again, I can understand. The trauma of a child is long-lasting. Your boy was horrified of weird things when I was younger, and it just took forever for me to grow out of him. So I can't blame him. And like, my weird things that I was afraid of didn't turn me into an island all-powerful darkness creature that would harm everyone around me. Like, I can understand. But even then, I wouldn't say Mel's really been a bad dad, from what little we've seen of it. And I wouldn't say that, and we even see at the end of Stanley's Sins, he's not a bad father. Like, you can tell by how much Tristan loves and respects and how much he cares for him. Sure, they like play around a bit, but even still, it seems like everyone turned out to be good parents, and I like that. It's so common that when you make a sequel series, your previous heroic characters, your previous protagonists have to be bad parents. It just seems like a rule. I was going to say Goku, but once again, I don't think Goku's a bad dad. I think there's some weird things Goku does, don't get me wrong, and like, Super's weird, but I don't think Goku's a bad dad. But for example, like Aang being terrible father. But even then, there's justification for that. So, you know, I guess maybe it's not as common as I think. So I'm trying to think of other examples, and like, the main ones that flash in my mind are Goku because of all the memes, but I don't think Goku's a bad dad. Aang, I understand why Aang was a neglectful father, which sounds awful, but like, I get it to a certain degree. And that's about it. So honestly, not too bad. Nice on Nakaba. Okay, Myrtle grows up. Nosians. So he probably feels jealous of Nosians because Nosian seems to have no issues while he has all the issues. Okay. Puck is tweaking? The baby's tweaking? Everybody's tweaking? Oh no. Oh wait, that's what's it? That's the thing from think. That's the thing from the beginning of the series. That's the one that was doling out the information of the prophecy, like way back in chapter 6. We haven't seen this thing in what feels like ages. I specifically remember it because of that gnarled hand and the sun-like chaos staff. I wonder if we're finally going to get a reveal of what this thing is. Because it's clearly, well, I'd say it's clearly not human, but it looks clearly not human. And who are these 4 things along with them? I don't know. I'm intrigued. All right. Are we going to get to see King and Diane cook? Are we going to give them what Zeldris weren't allowed to do? Or is it Myrtle time, bro? Is it Myrtle time? Myrtle time. All right. Once again, I don't know. I don't know what the full contents of this chapter is, but it seems W enough. It seems like it went to some aspects of like the living situation of the kids and Myrtle's background and stuff like that, and hypothetically revealing that Nasians is a fairy / girl, whatever that would mean, or something about that. Like, once again, I just don't know. I'll figure out by the translations when they're out. But still, once again, it's just the weird stuff. It's the weird stuff. I don't want to say I'll never be able to forgive Nakaba, but I'll never be able to forgive Nakaba. I want to pretend that I'd be able to, like, yeah, I'll let it go. I don't know, Nakaba. You're weird for weird's sake sometimes, bro. Like, what does this add to the narrative? What? Like, I get the transition somewhat for the Tiore thing and the bath thing and the whole stuff like that, to talk about, like, open the door to that. But, like, you could have done that any other way. Nakaba. So there's still weird things. There's still weird things that always get on Nakaba's case for. But that aside, all the weird stuff aside, W chapter. I'm interested to see this one translated. So I would say the spoilers are worthy. However, if you somehow made it all the way to the end, this one isn't too thick. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, please leave Myrtle Beach. Like, his name, but beach. Like a place with sand at it. In the comment section down below. I thank you so much for watching. Remember to leave a like, share, comment, and subscribe. And make sure to hit that little notification bell so you don't miss out on any videos that come to the channel. Also, I do happen to have a Patreon down below where you can support me for as little as $1 a month. Things like exclusive videos, early content, and more. You also now become a member of the channel for as little as $3 a month to get the same perks and more. Some of those perks will include the live reaction to this very chapter, ad-free variations of all my videos, and if you become a $25 patron or a $25 member, you can order whatever video you want. Now, the thing is, so much for watching once again, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is Dag on the Pencil, writing off. I'd like to give a thank you to our $3 members, O'Connor Plays, Greyhound, Kids Void, Astro, and Red Wolf 4765. I'd like to give another thank you to our $5 patrons, Victor, Steron, Sean, RNG Master, Midnight Lord 21, Kevin, Jermaine, Igneal, EHAC1, and Demix LND. And I'd like to give another thank you to our $7 members, Autumn, Mornings Lazo, Jan Toma. And I'd like to give another gargantuan thank you to our $10 member, Jay Warrior. And I'd like to give another thank you to our $10 patrons, Joaquin and Item Okami. And I'd like to give a hefty thank you to our $25 member, Alex Ice Rose. And I'd like to give another gargantuan thank you to our $25 patron, Winter. Another hefty thank you to our $25 patron, ChinaDoll09. And a final gargantuan thank you to our $25 patron, Calvin Elder.